The Green Bay Packers are at a crucial crossroads in their pursuit of strengthening the edge defender position, especially with the looming absence of Micah Parsons at the start of the regular season. What does that mean for the team's strategy? Well, General Manager Brian Gutekunst is rumored to be in Josh Sweat from the Arizona Cardinals, and if the price is right, it could be a game changer for Green Bay. Fans, where are you tuning from today? We want to hear your thoughts on this potential trade. The Packers have poured significant resources into their edge defense over the past couple of years, trading 2 first-round picks for Parsons and recently exercising Lucas Van Ness, 5th-year option. But now, with Parsons delineated, the need for a reliable starter becomes urgent. The acquisition of Sweat could provide not only immediate relief but also depth that the team can rely on for the entire season. Sweat, who has spent time under the tutelage of Jonathan Gannon with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cardinals, brings a proven track record of performance to the table. Despite his age turning 29, his durability over the last 5 seasons is impressive, with just 2 games missed. However, there's a cloud of doubt surrounding his longevity, as insiders have indicated that he might be on his last leg, and that the coach staff will need to monitor his knee. According to reports, the trade compensation for Sweat is expected to be steep, with a 5th-round pick potentially sealing the deal. This is where the Packers could find themselves in a prime position. The Cardinals have already paid a significant portion of Sweat's salary this year, which means that Green Bay would only absorb around $10.88 million for base salary, bonuses, and per game incentives in 2026. Given that the remaining contracts are not fully guaranteed, this could be a low-risk investment for the Packers, even if they only intend to keep him for a single season. However, the real question lies in whether the Cardinals will be inclined to part ways with Sweat for just a 5th-round selection, especially since they've already invested heavily in his roster bonus. The interest from other teams could complicate matters, driving the price up. If the Packers can navigate this landscape effectively, it could bolster their defense significantly ahead of a challenging season. The fans are buzzing with speculation and hope. Could Josh Sweat be the piece that completes Green Bay's defensive puzzle? It is a move that could resonate through the season and potentially shift the balance of power within the division. As we look deeper into the Packers' strategy, we'll be keeping a close eye on how this situation unfolds and whether Gutekunst can strike a deal that strengthens the team while remaining fiscally responsible. Now, let's transition into another pivotal news item that could impact the roster and the upcoming season.
The Green Bay Packers are making strategic moves as they navigate the complexities of roster management, and this week marks a pivotal moment as they officially release cornerback Nate Hobbs and kicker Brandon McManus, taking advantage of the post-June 1 designation. This decision not only clears up critical cap space, but also opens up roster spots that the team desperately needs as they look to optimize their lineup heading into the next phase of the offseason. This release is more than just a routine transaction. It reflects a calculated approach by the Packers front office. Unlike some franchises that aggressively maneuver the salary cap, the Packers have shown a more measured strategy. Last season, they smartly adjusted Jaire Alexander's contract to push his cap hit into 2025, a move that now seems prescient given the current circumstances. However, the landscape has shifted, and the organization is now making moves that reflect a necessary change in direction. By releasing Hobbs and McManus, Green Bay is poised to gain a substantial $11.442 million in cap space. This is a significant boost, providing the team with the flexibility to address other pressing needs. The intricacies of dead money are well understood in the NFL, but let's break it down for clarity. When a player is released, the proration of their signing bonus typically accelerates, hitting the cap all at once unless they are released after June 1st. In this case, the Packers have deftly navigated the rules to split the dead money impact, allowing them to push the acceleration into 2027. This means they won't be burdened with a full cap hit now, giving them breathing room to make tactical decisions moving forward. Looking specifically at Hobbs, who was brought in last offseason with a 4-year, $48 million deal, the decision to part ways comes after a disappointing season. The Packers will incur $4 million in dead money this year and another $4 million next year, but the savings on the cap this season are crucial. On the other hand, McManus, who signed a 3-year, $15.3 million extension, also faced adversity last season. With the decision to release him, The Packers will save $2.612 million against the cap this year, although they will still have to account for some dead money next year. Fans must recognize that these moves are not merely about the immediate financial relief. They are about creating a pathway for future success. The Packers front office is taking calculated risks, acknowledging that last year's investments in Hobbs and McManus didn't yield the expected returns. Hobbs has already found a new home with the San Francisco 49ers, while McManus remains on the market, highlighting the volatility within the league. As we look ahead, Green Bay fans should brace themselves for what this newfound cap space could mean for player acquisitions. The Packers finally have the flexibility to explore new options, whether it be through trades or free agent signings. This is a critical juncture for the team, and the decisions made in the coming weeks could define not just the upcoming season, but the trajectory of the franchise moving forward. What do you think about these roster changes? Where are you watching from, and how do you feel about the direction the Packers are heading? Your insights are valuable as we continue to follow the Green Bay Packers' journey through this offseason. As we wrap up our coverage today, let's dive into a key question that's been buzzing among Packers fans. Who's poised to lead the Green Bay Packers in scoring for the upcoming 2026 season? With Matt LaFleur at the helm for 8 seasons now, we've seen a revolving door of scoring leaders, but only one remains on the roster. So, where do we stand heading into this pivotal season? Let's break it down. First up, we have wide receiver Christian Watson, who is projected to take the reins as the team's leading scorer. Last season, Watson showcased his potential by snagging 6 touchdown passes in just 10 games, despite dealing with the aftermath of a torn ACL. His ability to stretch the field as a deep threat and function as a red zone target is crucial, especially given that this is a contract year for him. If he wants to secure that lucrative extension, Watson needs to deliver a standout performance in 2026. However, we must address the elephant in the room, his injury history. Throughout his career, he's yet to play a full season without missing at least a couple of games. Can he finally shake off the injury bug and maintain his health this time around? Next on our list is Jayden Reed, another wide receiver who has proven his worth. Reed led the Packers in receptions in his first 2 NFL seasons despite being limited to slot duties and not always being on the field. His connection with quarterback Jordan Love is evident, particularly on crucial third downs and in scoring situations. With LaFleur utilizing Reed on creative plays like jet sweeps, he has the potential to score more touchdowns as well. If he can stay healthy this season, Reed could very well claim the top scoring spot, something fans should be excited about. Tight end Tucker Kraft is another player to watch. Despite only appearing in 8 games last season, he tied for the team lead with 6 touchdown catches. His knack for finding the end zone makes him a valuable asset, especially when he's healthy. Kraft's ability to gain yards after the catch adds an extra dimension to his game, making him a nightmare for defenses. If he can shake off any lingering effects from last year's knee injury, he could emerge as a serious contender for leading scorer in 2026. Then there's running back Josh Jacobs, who led the team in scoring in 2024 and was among the top non-kickers in points last season. Jacobs is critical in the red zone offense, and LaFleur's strategy to run the ball in tight situations favors him significantly. However, we need to address his health. Jacobs has missed games due to injuries and is now 28 years old, which is often considered the twilight for running backs. There's also the recent incident involving his arrest, which raises the specter of potential suspension. If Jacobs can stay on the field, he certainly has the talent to reclaim his title as the Packers' top scorer, but these uncertainties loom large. Lastly, we can't overlook the kickers. Rookie Trey Smack has been making waves since being drafted in the 6th round, and he's currently the frontrunner for the kicking job. His strong leg and proficiency from long distances in college make him an intriguing candidate. However, the challenges of kicking in Lambeau Field's notorious winter conditions could prove daunting. If he can establish consistency, he might assume the role of leading scorer as kickers often do. As we look ahead to 2026, the landscape for the Packers' scoring leader remains dynamic and full of potential. With Watson, Reed, Kraft, Jacobs, and even Smack all in the mix, it's shaping up to be an exciting battle. The question is, who do you think will come out on top? I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what are your thoughts on these candidates? As we close out our analysis, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into all things Green Bay Packers. This is a pivotal season ahead, and we'll be here to cover every moment. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Who do you believe will be the Packers' leading scorer in 2026? Your opinion matters.